is an important test question to find similarities and differences between parent functions. I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel and the website Global Math Institute. We are sharing with you some practice test questions. All these questions are from previous test papers. So this playlist is packed with some very important questions for you. Write two similarities and two differences between the following set of functions. So you learned parent functions, right? Now one of the most common question in parent question is to compare these parent functions. 6 of them you normally learn, and here we have shown you 4 of them. So first one is f of x is x, g of x is 1 over x. You have to find two similarities and two differences, correct? Similarly, the other one is x squared and absolute value of x. So that's not so difficult, but when the students try to provide the answer, they actually fail. So let's see. So we are looking into the function f of x equals to x and g of x equals to 1 over x. If you sketch them, how do they look like? Well, that will give us a lot of clues of their similarities and differences. So f of x equals to x is a straight line, and this is 1 over x, reciprocal function. Is that clear to you? Now, can you point out two similarities? Well, they look so different, right? So finding two similarities is sometimes challenging. Let's try to figure this out. So similarities. Okay. One of them is, as you can see, they are both in quadrant 3, right? And quadrant 1. So that is one similarity. So they are in same quadrants. Quadrant 1 and quadrant 3. Makes sense, right? That is one similarity. Now, we have to figure out another similarity. What could be another similarity? This is always a challenge, right? You see that? We could not give two similarities in these two functions. Well, here is the one which is very important similarity, and that is both are odd functions. So that means they are symmetric about origin. Make sense? Both are odd functions, symmetric about origin. If you see, both are symmetric about origin, right? So that is a good similarity between the two. Now, let's look into the differences of the two, right? There are plenty of differences, right? So I know you can always write more than what I am going to show you. So write two differences. So one could be that f of x is continuous and g of x is discontinuous, right? Is not. Second, you could write about domain and range, right? So range has restrictions, right? Range, you can say that continuity gives more like a domain, right? You can say range, right? Of A is all real numbers, you can say. So the range is what? Range is y belongs to real numbers, correct? And here, y belongs to real numbers, but y is not equal to 0. Is that clear to you? So that could be another difference between the two. So that's it. So we just wanted to list two of them. That's absolutely clear. There are many actually. You see the function here has vertical asymptotes, horizontal asymptotes, and therefore plenty of differences in these two cases. However, the challenge was to figure out two similarities here. Now let's look into question number 2. Now in question number 2, we are given the functions x squared and absolute value of x. Now these two functions are very similar, and therefore finding a difference is very difficult. That is where it comes up, right? So we have y equals to x squared, which is like this, a parabola, and absolute value of x, correct? So this is your f of x equals to x squared, and here we have g of x equals to absolute value of x. Now, as far as similarities are concerned, we can list many similarities, right? Including the domain is x belongs to real numbers, similar, right? Also, you can write range, right? Y belongs to real numbers where y is greater than or equal to 0, right? Now, many could have been written, but now let's focus on how are they different. Can you tell me that? So one of the differences clearly is that x squared is a curve and absolute value of x is made up of combination of lines. Right. Second, now, do you see the rate of change or the slope at any point, right? So in case of parabola, which is f of x, rate of change is always increasing. And in case of g of x, which is absolute value function, it is either minus 1, right? The slope on this side, and slope on the other side is plus 1. Do you see that? So that is how they are different. Among similarities, so many other characteristics you could have written, right? And behavior is 1. 0, 0, both goes through origin. So likewise, however, there are very limited differences, and therefore these two are very important points to consider. Perfect. So with that, we have answered this question. I hope you find it interesting and useful. In case you want to learn from me, you can always send an email on the address given. Thanks for your time and all the best.